Next on Worcester News tonight, the first winter storm of the new year has come and gone. How Central Mass is faring. And remembering a larger-than-life politician, hundreds pay their respects to the late Sheriff John Mike Flynn. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. The first snowstorm of the new year has come and gone, but not without creating a few issues for this evening's commute. Snow started falling after 4 o'clock this evening, and even though it wasn't a major storm, it did cause its share of spinouts on area roadways. Here's a live look outside. We may have gotten a little more than what was forecast, but tonight many roads are down to wet pavement. The declared winter parking ban went into effect at 4 p.m. this evening. We did see minor accidents and spinouts in our travels this evening, but the road should be in pretty good shape for the morning commute. We'll have complete details a little later in our local forecast. President Obama is delivering his final State of the Union address tonight. He's addressing topics like criminal justice reform, prescription drug abuse, fixing a broken immigration system, and the economy. The president says the United States has the strongest and most durable economy in the world. He says the unemployment rate has cut in half the last few years, touting many of the accomplishments in the first 7 years of his presidency. A local woman was in the chamber for the State of the Union tonight. Congressman Jim McGovern invited Asima Silva. The Holden woman is a graduate of WPI and co-founded a website to help strengthen the communication between the local Muslim community and other area religious institutions. President Obama's final State of the Union drew the attention of many here in central Massachusetts who tonight were no doubt paying close attention to issues like refugees and immigration. Our Andy Madison has that part of the story.
For Amjad Bamasi, Worcester is home.
It's a very mature community, very tolerant, understanding community. We have a great relationship with all our neighbors, with all other faiths in the community here.
He moved here from Syria more than 30 years ago and has started a family.
Come on, guys.
He hopes tonight's State of the Union address, with a Syrian refugee as the president's special guest, will help shed positive light on refugees.
The Syrian refugee community is a very peaceful community, peace-loving community. They just fled the bad situation in Syria from the regime of Syria.
Obviously, that's going to play well with his support base and that of the Democratic Progressive base, but it might not sell well with the overall electorate.
The president is expected to talk about immigration in his last address to the nation, an issue that has been heavily debated, especially amongst the GOP candidates. According to state data, Worcester has the highest population of refugees in Massachusetts. Many in the Islamic community are hoping the message spreads in 2016.
At the end, politicians statewide and also on the national level, they're going to recognize that refugee issue is really mostly humanitarian. It's not political.
Balmasi feels that message can be sent tonight by the commander-in-chief.
I'm very proud of the president of having someone to represent the Syrian refugee community in his speech today.
Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, Andy, thank you. Many paying their last respects to longtime County Sheriff John Mike Flynn this afternoon. The wake for Sheriff Flynn was held at the Callahan Fay and Caswell Funeral Home in Worcester. Flynn passed away last week at the age of 89. He was a World War II veteran and served as the Worcester County Sheriff for 18 years. Friends say he leaves behind a legacy of service.
Mike Flynn was certainly remembered in a very positive light. He was a Worcester County icon for decades. He was really the leader of not only the Democratic Party, but of the county.
He did a lot of great things at the jail, and it's funny reminiscing about a lot of the stories while we're in line, how much good he did for this community. It truly is. It speaks about the man when we were waiting for 2 hours in line to pay our last respects.
Really one of those incredible figures, larger than life, literally and figuratively, but in it for all the right reasons. We tell the story of, the son of a steamfitter. He said only in America could the son of a steamfitter become the High Sheriff of Worcester County.
Worcester County Sheriff Lou Evangelitis also remembering Flynn today. He says in a statement, "Of all the elected officials I have worked with over the years, no one was kinder than Mike Flynn. He will surely be remembered for his kind heart and generous spirit." Flynn's funeral is tomorrow in Charlton. He will be laid to rest with full military honors. Citing lower water levels in city reservoirs, Worcester's Department of Public Works issues a Stage 1 water supply alert this week. The alert was triggered when the reservoir system dropped to 55% capacity on January 1st. Its normal levels at that time of year are 88%. The city says the situation is the result of below normal rainfall for most of last year. The city manager says the alert is to make sure the community is aware of the situation. He says the goal is to get a 5% reduction in water use. Beginning this week, the city will be issuing public service announcements, website postings, and using other social media to educate water users about steps to help reduce the stress on the city's water supply. The Uxbridge Police Department was set to celebrate its first canine officer Monday, but the dog and his handler were injured responding to a call just moments before an official swearing-in ceremony. Our Tim McCone has the details.
Tuesday was supposed to be a day of celebration for the Uxbridge Police Department. Their newest member, Bear, was set to be sworn in at the town's selectmen's meeting. But just minutes before the meeting was set to start, Uxbridge Chief Jeffrey Laurie says they got a call from Sutton Police who were pursuing a car.
It ended up traveling on 146 South in Uxbridge, where it struck our canine cruiser, causing extensive damage to the cruiser.
Both Officer Thomas Stockwell and Bear were treated for minor injuries. Chief Laurie says both will be okay, but the canine unit will need some time.
We'll see how sore they are, how they're feeling, if Bear is up to perform the task. Obviously, the cruiser has been sidelined, so we're in the process of trying to get him a temporary vehicle so he can go back on patrol.
Bear graduated from the Boston Police Academy on Christmas Eve and has been a successful addition to Uxbridge PD so far.
So they've been on patrol now since the last week in December. They've had 3 call-outs, all successful.
The State Police and the Central Mass Law Enforcement Council Accident Reconstruction Unit are now investigating the accident.
The individual that struck the cruiser, we've learned, has dementia, battling dementia, and was out of restriction operating.
As for Uxbridge Police, they say the situation could have been worse.
We're very thankful that Officer Stockwell and his partner were not seriously injured. We're also very thankful that in this case that a civilian wasn't struck.
Tim McCone, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Tim. A horse fell into the ice earlier today in Westminster. It was a race to save him. His name is Charlie, a recently retired draft horse. He got trapped in the ice and mud and wasn't able to move. Neighbors, police, firefighters, animal control, and the horse's owner all came together to save him. After more than 2 hours on his side, Charlie was able to get up on his own. He was evaluated by a veterinarian and is expected to be okay. A central Massachusetts landmark is coming down this week. Crews continue demolition of Spags in Shrewsbury today. The retail store, once known for its no bags and for giving out tomato plants in the spring, was sold to Building 19 years ago. It's since gone out of business completely. Contractors are knocking it down to make way for new retail and residential development. Spags employed hundreds of people, many with fond memories of the store where it seemed like you could buy almost anything. It's been 6 years since a massive earthquake struck the island nation of Haiti. The disaster killed more than 200,000 people, including Central Mass native Brittany Gengel. Her wish to help the people of Haiti has become a reality thanks to the hard work of many in our community. Our Patricia Nicholas explains.
It's been 6 years since a massive earthquake killed more than 200,000 people and displaced close to 1.5 million in Haiti. Local outreach programs lent their hands then and are still making an impact today.
Brittany fell in love with Haiti while she was down there, and she'd sent me a text message that said, they love us so much and everyone is so happy, they love what they have and they work so hard to get nowhere, yet they're all so appreciative. I want to move here and start an orphanage myself.
Just 3 hours after that text message was sent, Cheryl Ann Gengel's daughter, Brittany, was killed in the earthquake. She was there on a mission trip with her school.
Britt's dad, myself, her two brothers, and so many others have made her last wish come true, and that's how the Be Like Britt Foundation has started.
In the years following the earthquake, the Be Like Britt Foundation opened an orphanage in Haiti. It's a home for 33 girls and 33 boys. At the Operations Center in Worcester, the foundation collects donations to support the children.
For us to be in Haiti, obviously it's very personal because that's where our daughter died and that's where her heart was, and that's where why we want to continue what she started.
The Haitian Apostolate Ministry at the Diocese of Worcester partners with the diocese in Haiti called the Lacaille Diocese, just south of the capital. After the earthquake, Sister Mary Judith says people came to Lacaille for refuge.
It was invaded with people, you know, and at that time, all the churches in the Diocese of Lacaille opened their doors, their yards, to have tents to receive those people.
The ministry also has a program called Adopt a Student. It provides education for more than 800 students in Haiti, a gift Sister Mary Judith says is invaluable.
Help a human being to grow. Let's start by educating them, because there is nothing else in the world that can really help anyone to go out of poverty than education.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News.